Hi, Jeff Goheen here, Springboard Your Life. I want to talk to you a little bit about a chemical in the body that gives you a motivation to do things, gives you a motive to want to get things done. It's called serotonin. It's one of the 4 chemicals in the body that basically help an organism live another day. We talked about dopamine, which is similar to serotonin. It's a feel-good chemical. It's in the body, makes you want to do things. But serotonin's a little bit different. For one, serotonin's not addictive. It's a pride chemical. It makes you feel proud. So anytime you're feeling proud of something, proud of an accomplishment, proud of something that maybe your kids are doing or somebody else is doing, that's serotonin. Pride, and wanting to do things. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. Serotonin basically gets broken down from protein, whether it's protein from animal meat or protein from whey, which would come from milk or cheese or things like that. Even vegetables contain protein, and the protein is broken down in the body, and the amino acid tryptophan, which we hear around Thanksgiving time, and tryptophan that makes you tired and sleepy after you eat a bunch of turkey. Chicken actually has the most tryptophan in it, but when you eat it, the tryptophan races to the brain, but it's one of the amino acids that's a runt, so it has to race and it has to beat other amino acids to get to the brain and turn into a neurotransmitter. And the neurotransmitter serotonin is what comes from that. And serotonin is the chemical that makes you want to get up in the morning and do things, whether it's get up in the morning and take care of yourself, get up in the morning and go to work, the motivation to do things like clean the house on a Sunday afternoon, complete things like going to school and graduating, because you're proud of it. That's all serotonin. So serotonin is a pride chemical that comes from protein. And that chemical changes as soon as you wake up in the morning. In the long wave ultraviolet ray from the sun, which comes from about sunrise to about 10 o'clock in the morning, is the only time it's present in the atmosphere, along with evening time. So about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening until the sun goes out or goes down, that's when you have the long wave ultraviolet ray in the sky, and that hits the retina. We have an ocular endocrine system. Ocular eyes endocrine system would be our indigenous, our hormones produced by our endocrine system, our glands, the glands in our body, the 7 major glands. And so as soon as that long wave ultraviolet ray hits the retina, it activates the ocular endocrine system, which tells the pituitary gland, which is the master gland in our brain, to cause the pineal gland to start producing serotonin. And so you wake up and you're a little groggy and you want to go back to sleep, and then you kind of start stretching around, maybe get some sunlight coming in your eyes, and you wake up finally, and it's time to do some things. Now that ultraviolet ray cannot penetrate glass, so it's important to spend time outside getting that fresh sunlight from sunrise or when the sun starts going down, so the morning and the evening sun. And that's kind of what stimulates those glands to start producing serotonin, which gives you the motive or the motivation to do things throughout life. It gives me the motivation to do these videos. It gives me the motivation to write books. It gives people motivation to complete school, take care of their kids, do things they're proud of. Now, serotonin is not addictive. It just feels really good. It makes you want to do more. Like, writing a book feels good, so it makes me want to do more because I can help people, and the more people I can help, the better I feel. So it gives me a sense of pride because I'm helping. So motivation and pride, it's a pride chemical. It gives you pride. It makes you feel good about what you're doing, taking care of your family, taking care of animals, taking care of yourself, all gives you pride, and that comes from serotonin. Now when the lights go out in the eyes, so when it's nighttime, when the sun goes down and you start closing your eyes, that serotonin turns into melatonin. Now, a lot of people think, oh, if we just eat a bunch of protein and it'll turn into melatonin and it'll help you get good sleep. Well, you want to eat your protein in the morning because the protein turns into serotonin, which is a pride chemical, which makes you want to do things. So, like if you eat a big steak dinner right at night and you have trouble sleeping, it's because you have a lot of serotonin running throughout your body, and it makes you want to get up and do things. So you really want to have your majority of your proteins in the morning to get up and be motivated to do things. Now when the sun goes out and you stop getting that long wave ultraviolet ray hitting the retina of the eye, that chemical turns into melatonin, and the melatonin is what makes you, start calming down, start resting and digesting and wanting to go to sleep. Some people take melatonin, in pill form because they're having trouble sleeping. Well, if you're eating protein in the morning and your carbohydrates at night, that'll do it naturally. And a lot of things contain it. Cherries, for instance, contains a lot of things that produce serotonin. So cherries and other fruits similar to cherries will turn into serotonin, and then later on turn into melatonin. They say cherries contain melatonin. That chemical serotonin turns into melatonin at night to help you sleep. And so, you get your 8 hours of sleep, you wake up in the morning, eat your sausage, eggs, bacon, protein sources, milk, cottage cheese, ice cream, whatever you feel like eating in the morning. Those proteins turn into serotonin, which gives you a sense of pride and purpose in life. And with a lot of the things going on with the suicides we've talked about before, and drug addiction, and people are losing purpose in life because they're not proud of things, they're not accomplishing things. So the more things you accomplish and feel proud about is going to give you motivation to do more of it. And that's what we need. We need to be doing more things that we're proud of to keep us focused and moving in the right direction for health and longevity. And so that's really what we're all about, is health and longevity. We want to be happy, we want to be healthy, we want loving relationships. So ample amount of protein in the morning and plenty of serotonin, doing things that you're proud of, is going to help you with that health and longevity. So we just want to speak a little bit about serotonin. We'll be talking about more of the chemicals. There's 4 major ones in the body that help the organism live another day. We need to move closer to harmony, and instead of staying in a rut that's hurting us, harming us, or killing us. We need to get out of that rut if it's destructive and start doing things that are helping us. And protein, serotonin can help. It gives you a sense of pride. That's why we do things in groups. That's why we have awards assemblies. That's why we have graduation ceremonies. You're getting ready to graduate. You've got your, you called in your Aunt Edna from California. You called your Uncle Joe from New Mexico, and they're sitting in the crowd. You're about to graduate something, and you're over here with your funny hat on. And as soon as you get your diploma and you shake the guy's hand, Aunt Edna and Uncle Joe are out there in the crowd, and they're proud of you. And as soon as you get that diploma, they get a surge of serotonin, which is a pride. They're proud. Our nephew's doing great, or your parents, or your children, or things like that. So that's why we do things like that. That's why we have awards assemblies. We don't remember who won the Grammy Awards 5 years ago. It's not important. But at the time, it felt good to get it. It gave you a surge of serotonin. It makes you want to do more good things. And that's kind of what serotonin is it's a chemical in the body that makes you want to do more good, makes you do things you're proud of. It gives you the motive or the motivation to do things like that. So stay tuned. We'll be talking more about some of these chemicals in the body. We've got oxytocin coming up. We have dopamine, serotonin, we've already talked about. So we've got a few others that are coming up: endorphins, endocrine, indigenous morphine, feel-good chemicals. So we'll be talking about those real soon. Again, I'm Jeff Goheen. Check out Jeff Goheen's self-health guide. Check out the program Springboard Your Life, and thanks for tuning in. Serotonin: eat your protein in the morning, carbohydrates at night. Serotonin is going to turn into melatonin. Later on, it's going to turn into DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which helps you dream and gives you some of those interesting dreams that we have at night and stuff like that. So stay tuned. We'll be talking to you soon. Thanks.